Hello. Okay, this video is about converting units, and we're going to go to test 1, section 4, numbers 6 and 7. And as you can see, I've already written down what's in the box at the top. And I'll read the question. A hospital stores one type of medicine in 2 decagram containers. So I'm just going to stop here and just write 2 deca. All right. Based on the information given in the box above, how many 1 milligram doses are there in one 2 decagram container? So what they're wanting is how many, X milligrams. That's what we're solving for. But let's take it step by step, okay? Because this is a couple of step problem. They give us, let's see, let me change the color here. Up here, they give us decagrams, right? They say 1 decagram equals 10 grams. So perhaps you can figure out that 2 decagrams is 20 grams. Now, I want to show you, if you get that just easily, great. But I want to show you the strategy that we're going to be using throughout. So for converting, we use the original conversion that they give us. 1 deca is 10 grams. And I'm just going to write that over here. Okay, so we have deca on the top and just grams on the bottom. We're trying to figure out what 2 decagrams is. So we're going to make that equal to 2 deca. And what we're trying to find is how many grams that is. Well, we've got the magic formula. We've got an equal sign and one fraction here, another fraction there. We cross multiply. 1 times x is x. 10 times 2 is 20. X is 20. And that's why we have it there. Okay, if you use this formula, this proportion kind of thing, you will get the answer right every time, as long as you keep organized. In other words, decas on the top, grams on the bottom. And if you don't mix that up, you'll be fine. Okay, now we're trying to change that into milligrams. So let's try another proportion. We've got 1,000 milligrams. Right, we're going to put the 1,000 up here. And I really recommend that you label your tops and bottoms so you don't get confused, is 1 gram. And that is equal to, let's see, we're trying to solve for milligrams here. And we know we have 20 grams, right? So we're trying to solve for milligrams, which is on the top, and we've got the 20 grams. And then we cross multiply. Again, 1 times x is x. 20 times 1,000 is 20,000, and that is our answer, right? So there's 20,000 milligrams in 2 decagrams. Okay, so feel free to review that, but we are going to be continuing on, and we've got a couple more problems to do, and I really like this proportion. Although the next problem does not use a proportion. It's a slightly different problem. So this one is number 7, next page. And this is a bar graph. And this is a somewhat unusual question, but I wanted to put it in here. It's not really converting units, but it deals in units. As you can look, if you look at the answers, you see every answer is exactly the same. They all say number of installations, except for the units. Is it in tens, hundreds, thousands, or 10,000s? So I decided to include that here. Now, the question is saying, the number of rooftops with solar panel installations in 5 cities is shown in the graph above. If the total number of installations is 27,500. So I'm just going to write that down. Total. What is an appropriate label for the vertical axis of the graph? Now, there are a couple of ways you can do it. You can use logic or you can label. So let's start with logic. If our total is 27,500, let's start with D, okay? That says in tens of thousands. Now, if we look at the first bar, A, that is all the way up to 9, right? So if we take D and it's saying in the tens of thousands, so 9 times 10,000 is 90 thousand. That's already well above 27,500. It can't be that. Now let's go with the lowest. Okay, so let's look at letter A. That says in the tens. So that would be 90 times 10. Sorry, 9 times 10 is 90. And if we look at the graph, right? City A is all the way up at the top, and it is the tallest bar. So if we have the tallest bar being 90, we're going to have a heck of a time trying to get to 27,005. It's just too small. There's no way that's going to happen. So if we look at B, that's in the hundreds. 9 times 100 is 900. And we have the same thing. If this was 900 and everything else is smaller, then again, we're going to have too difficult a time to get all the way to 27,000. C is our answer. Now, that's one way you can do it. I think that's the fastest way. But you could also plug in, if you're more visual, right? You can plug in, you can say, oh, that one goes up to 5, and if it's 5,000, and this one is 6, and so that's 6,000, and this one is 4, so that's 4,000, and this one is 3,500. And then this is in the calculator section, so you can just quick add all those up, and bam, it comes to 27,500. Okay, so that is that. I think I'm going to clear the decks here because I've got no more room. And what I'd like to do is just give you a sample problem. It's not referring to a particular question on an SAT. But let's say the question is person A walks, let's say 25 yards in 15 seconds. And the question is, how far will they walk in 4 minutes, right? So we're switching from seconds to minutes. Well, we're going to have our proportion set up here. So it says 25 yards, so 25, and we're going to label it 25 yards. And that's going to be in 15 seconds. We put seconds down here. Now, we want to know how far, so the x is going to be the distance, or yards. And the time is 4 minutes. The problem is this is minutes, and we have labeled it seconds. So you need to change that 4 into seconds, because right now it's in minutes. So here we go. We've got minutes and seconds. We've got 1 minute is 60 seconds. And we're going to label it. 1 minute is 60 seconds. We have 4 minutes, and it would probably be good to label it down there. We have 4 minutes, so minutes goes on top, and then we have our x on the bottom. We cross multiply, and we get 1 times x is x, and 60 times 4 is 240. So that 4 now becomes a 240. And we cross multiply, and we get 15x, and whatever 240 times 25 is. I believe it's 6,000, and I'm sorry if it's not, but I'm pretty sure that's right. And we're going to divide out that 15, and we're going to get 400. And that would be our answer. All right, my friend, that is all I need to tell you about converting units. And I guess your big takeaway really is this right here. It's all about the proportion. If you set it up in an organized way, you're going to get it right. Okay, see you next time.